All the way in the back.
Danny LaRue, Real GM. Kyrie, you talked about how you had to get back on defense after you hit that huge three. Were you able to take a mental picture of that moment I'm sure you dreamed about, or is that something that will come with time?
It'll come with time. After the game, I didn't even really know how to feel. I didn't really understand the emotions that really came with, winning an NBA championship. Now I embraced my assistant coach, Phil Handy, after the game. We're on the floor, but I still haven't even released a lot of the emotions that I know are building up inside of me. I think it really comes from, right after the game, I'm still in this competitive mode. Like, is there another game that we have to play against this great team? Like, I really just pray and hope not. And then I'm hugging everybody, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did. And I know that it'll come to me next day or a week or so or sometime when I'm embracing my family or friends or my teammates.
Kyrie, James Ham, CSN Bay Area. When you watch LeBron get so emotional, you talked about the bubble hasn't broke for you, but it did break for him. What did that do for you watching, one of the greats go through that?
I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad that when I watch the amount of YouTube clips that I've watched over my however long the internet has been around, or YouTube has been around for me, I've watched Bron in Game 7s. I've watched Kobe in Game 7s. I've watched a lot of guys before they were, Bron actually got to be my teammate. And to experience that with a great player like that is a future Hall of Famer that deals with so much criticism and a lot of naysayers, and to be able to grow with him is just awesome. And I'm very thankful that I have a guy like that that's leading our team that I can continue to learn from. And when my time does come of being able to lead a franchise and see that the landscape of how it's supposed to be composed. I watched Beethoven tonight right now of LeBron James compose the game. He had a friggin' triple-double in Game 7 of an NBA Finals game, and there'll still be naysayers, but I know it doesn't matter to him and it doesn't matter to me. All that matters is that we're champions and our whole team is etched in history.
Do final two, Steve, and then towards the back.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. Kyrie, you've had a number of coaches in what's still a young career. How is it that the coach you had tonight and for the last 4 months has been the right guy for you?
Well, I've always felt like our management did a great job of hiring coaches. Now what has happened of the result of them, I have no control over. But I know that when T. Lue was hired after David Black getting fired in the middle of the season and us dealing with that, I voiced a lot of emotion. That got back to not only to our coaching staff but to our teammates, and we just grew from there. That's all that really happened as a maturing young professional in this league. I just had to understand that things happen like that, and now you just move forward, and how to figure it out is part of the journey. And now we can tell that story that the Cleveland Cavaliers switched coaches in the middle of the season and still won an NBA championship.
Towards the back, last one.
Kyrie, Adam Jardy, the Columbus Dispatch. Shots seemed to be falling a little short for you guys early on, and the outside jumpers weren't coming. Was that a product of what it took just to get to this point?
I'm not even going to lie to you. I've barely slept in the last 2 days. I was up just really, I don't think my mind has really contemplated so many scenarios ever in the last 48 hours. You're thinking about, okay, win, loss, what you're going to do out there, what's the effect you're going to have on the game, what your teammates are going to do. And it was just so much going on in my mind that when I started out the game, I actually communicated with my teammates that, all right, I got to really just settle in to this moment. And I think it came going into almost ending the second quarter. That moment right there happened, and then I was like, okay, I'm fine. And all I was thinking about in the back of my mind was Mamba mentality. And just Mamba mentality. That's all I was thinking.
And everybody was wondering about your foot going into the game. Did that affect you at all in the game? Were you limited in any way physically?
No. My toes won't look great in my future, and I'm fine with that. Thanks.
Thank you.